What's up, everybody? This is ZachR94 out of here again. I want to talk about Resident Evil. Well, let me try to say that again. Resident Evil Requiem. What I think about it, what I like about it, what I don't like. There are certain parts I don't like, which they're a little frustrating. But the new character, uh, Jen, and the returning character, fan favorite, especially, yeah, he is a fan favorite. Leon S. Kennedy and the new main villain of this game. I think his name is Victor. I could be wrong. Someone in the comments will let me know. But besides that, let's get to let's. Sorry, this is my first time. I'm very nervous, so sorry about this. I really don't do reviews much, so I'm trying my best. So cut me some slack. uh, yeah. So let's talk about Resident Evil Requiem. Okay, so at the start, you're playing as a brand new character named Jen. Jen is a FBI agent who is a desk jockey. She has investigate on a murder that happened 8 years ago. So straight out the bat, she has to go back to the place where this happens, and their boss wants her to figure out why. So at the start of the game, you're going through this building. You're going through the crime scenes, you're looking through everything, and it starts setting the tone. Now, at the start, this game is a little bit slow, but it takes time to build up to the action scene part and the survival part. So, at the first part of this game, you're going through a burned building, look through all the investigations, then you get some cutscenes, yada yada yada, and then the police officer shows up, gets turned into a zombie, and now you have to deal with a zombie cop who's trying to shoot you with a 12 gauge shotgun. So that's fun. Sorry, need my throat's a little parched. Um, so after you have to run around and try your best to survive him, then you found out somebody still lives in the building, aka the main villain, Victor. Victor pretty much, well, let's say he needs you for something, and that something is in your blood. He basically knocks out Jen, then Q and Leon. And Leon is pretty much working with a new organization. I think he's still working with the United States government, a new branch that's not the CIA. But a returning character, um, crap, what's her name again? The little girl from Resident Evil 2 that you get to play from RE6 that was a co-op partner for Jack. I forgot her name. Someone in the comments let me know. My bad. I don't have a script or anything. I'm legit doing what I played for last night. So I'm not good at this. I'm not a professional. And I want to make this very clear, okay? So after the start, you see Victor walking off with Jen. And Victor's like, "Oh, hey Leon, here's a bunch of zombies." And and there's the action scene at the start. So you're basically fighting hordes of zombies at like this kind of like this little New York type of style city. So it's not New York, it's different. It's like a fake name city. But yeah, you're fighting zombies at the start. Then you're chasing after Victor. Then switch back to Jen. You wake up in a mental institution hospital. And oh boy, yeah. As Jen, at the start, when you start playing Jin, remember what I say? You're being chased by that zombie cop. Now this for Jin, it's on steroids. Jen's not good with firearms. She's not good at combat, and she's very squishy. So this game straight up tell you you're gonna get stumped, you're gonna get bite, you're gonna get munched on by all the monsters in this game. So you're literally being chased by a giant size, a child sized monster at the first part of the game. Like she's literally chasing you around. It's like, and he's like ringing around Rosie, like da 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 da. After you escape from her, then Leon, they cut back to Leon. Leon starts into the hospital, slash mental institution, and a zombie outbreak happens. And Leon's like, well, great. So now you got to start going through the zombie staff and the mental and the crazy people as well. Then later on, you switch back to Jin. This is a thing for a while. So you're gonna be switching back to Leon Jin at this part of the game. Then the last part is done above Leon till it switches back to Jin. This is the grab I have. Like, okay, I get it. Back and forth, back and forth. I understand, but it's a little annoying. But I get it why they do this to make it a little more of a challenge, make it a little more different and a little more fun, and to give you not make it too easy, depending on what difficulty you put it on. Now, I did put it on casual at the start. I just want to play through the game and unlock everything, but that's I'll explain later at the end of this video. So, anyway, when you play Jin, you're going through this whole entire mansion, and it's not fun. The staff is trying to kill you, and you're just like, great. You start off with a credit gun. Leon gives you a hand cannon, which is very powerful, but you don't have many bullets. Later on, you find an item that allows you to craft blood into objects. I'm not kidding. Somebody at Capcom was a big fan of Bloodborne, and was like, let's make the blood gimmick. Let's continue this blood gimmick type of thing throughout this whole entire game with Jin. So you can make you can make bullets out of blood, fire bombs out of blood, knives out of blood, and you could turn like the shivs back into scraps so you can make more, ammunition. But you need blood to do so. And there is several syringes you can make. One for healing, one for exploding your enemies. Not you kidding. Like you could poke them and they explode like big gore chunks too. But yeah, then you plus you got to go through the mansion, look for certain items to get out of the mansion. Which that's kind of the little hard part because two of the keys you can find, one of them you just got to scribble on a notepad. It will tell you what the code is. I'm not going full detail about it. There's our playthroughs, but I'll probably think about making a playthrough of this soon, maybe. But besides that, when you get both the two keys, the third key you're gonna need this little girl who is blind, but she can read Braille. You cannot read Braille, but she can. So you find this little girl, you get the level 3 key, unlock it, bring her to the machine that requires Braille, and there you go. You unlock the third key. Downside, the first monster that was chasing you throughout the whole entire game, she's back with a vengeance. She steals the little girl, and now you gotta go after her. And yeah, the basement part of the mansion, that, ugh, oof, that was annoying. Very annoying. But there is a cool scene I do like where you gotta drain this blood and you gotta fight waves of zombies, and you see the zombies get crushed by the machine itself. I find that pretty interesting and gnarly. But yeah, you're in a little dark tunnel where she has the advantage and you don't. So you got to make sure you find 3 batteries to save the little girl. Once you save the little girl, you're being chased by the giant monster. Again, they had that. After that chasing was over, you and the little girl go out in front, go out to the front door. Now you're escaping, and the helicopter crash. Then Leon saves you. Then the giant monster, uh, no, yeah, the giant monster that chased you out the whole entire game. You do fight her. It's not, it's, it's not an easy fight, but you can't really destroy her without pure sunlight. So that whole entire fight is not easy, but once you get it done, then you're done playing Jin. Then the rest of the other half of the game, you're playing as Leon, back in Resident Evil. Not Resident Evil. Back in Raccoon City. Sorry about that. Yeah. So this is where the game gets more interesting. So you're playing what remains of Raccoon City is basically what the bomb did and what it costs. Is just nothing but a dead apocalyptic city. And yes, there are still zombies. They somehow survive. And now you got to fight these dying, well, I mean, they are dead, but these husk of zombies. And that's pretty interesting. Then later on, you fight Victor again on motorcycles, which that's pretty fun. But your whole entire point from the city is get to the police center and get to the middle of the map. Get to the giant crater of the hole. Because apparently there's a secret lab under there. Oy, why they have why Umbrella likes their secret labs. But yeah, but 3 fan favorite no, not 3. 4 fan favorite monsters do return. One of them I won't mention until the very end of this video. But Tyrant, Hunk, and the Lictors do return, but you don't really fight the Lictors until like the very end of the game. But yeah, Mr. Tyrant, I was not expecting to fight him again. And oh boy, right into the old what remains of the police center. Oh man, that was a pain in the butt. And fighting him was not great. That sorry about that. My monitor does this. But anyway, yeah, he was a pain in the butt, but it was a fun boss fight. There's some pretty good gnarly scenes you get on him and he can do to you as well. But also after beating him, heading to the secret lab. Oh, I forgot Leon's guns. My bad. Leon now gets some new firearms. I forgot to mention this. A new 9mm and basically like a nice looking Glock. It's not bad, it's pretty good. A giant hand cannon that pretty much this gun is just destroys everything it hits. Like Leon does hand it to Jen, and it's really useful hand cannon when you need it. But boy, that thing sucks if you miss. But once you hit something, oh, they're dead. Like straight up, you could perfectly line there on a headshot. Yeah, that those zombies ain't can get back up. But yeah, Leon gets a hand cannon. Uh, basically 2 shotguns. No, 3. There's also a reference to a certain character that you meet in RE2 remake. I'm not gonna spoil much about that. Um, you get 2 new sniper rifles and 2 pistols. Once basically has a built-in silencer to it. That's pretty cool. And 2 SMGs. The second SMG, like I definitely love that one way more. The motorcycle fight scenes with Victor, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Uh, Fighting Hunk, and this is hilarious because this is the first time ever these two characters meet. Because here's the thing, Leon, I think they never met because in RE2 you only see Hunks like passed out in the sewers in RE2. But like this is the first time ever like, hey, you can fight Hunk. So you get like a good axe battle scene. Like you fight Hunk with the axe, and it's a good boss fight. And once you beat him, you get a new axe, and that's pretty cool. Then after that, uh, then Leon, then you got to switch back to Jen, and the stealth portion of the final part with lictors and these bio zombies. I was like, are you kidding me? I had no ammunition, not much, and I found a recipe to make bottle of acid now out of blood. I was like, okay, well, yay. Oh man. So after that, going through that and Leon and Vitzer's final boss scene, which that is pretty, that's not too bad. I would say he's just jumping and throws electric attacks at you. And then after that, lo and behold, uh, a fan favorite returns and his nemesis. And this is like, okay, so Leon never met Nemesis, but he heard about it from uh, what was it? Jill Valentine and Chris. So after you beat the final boss of the game, spoilers, is Nemesis. So that's pretty cool. They brought him back, and you beat Nemesis. Then the game kind of ends, and you get cutscenes about Chris Redfield. Umbrella's still, apparently Umbrella's still doing sketchy shit on the side with their founding members, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It has a good ending. Now there is a optional bad ending, and the game will ask you if you want to replay that scene again, so you get the real ending. And you're like, yeah, why not? You can watch it online. It's not too bad. But besides that, all right. So it's the last 5 minutes of the video, so I'm going to talk about a little bit more about the certain parts I don't like. Okay, when you're playing as Jen, if I get it why people switch to third person mode so they can see everything, so they can dodge the enemies easier. But granted, I'm stubborn, so I played her whole entire segments in first person, which it is a pain in the butt, but I got through it and I power through it. Now, is it tough in first person for her? Yes. Is it more challenging? Yes. Do I think it could have been a lot more easier if I had a little more options of guns? Yes. But sadly, I did not. When you're playing as Jin, you only get 3 firearms. You only get 2 pistols and Leon's hand cannon, which at the end of her whole entire, of the other half of the game, Leon gets that back, by the way. So, a little bummer. But yeah. But the crafting side for her with the blood gimmick, that's not bad. I do like it a lot. It was pretty interesting and unique. Now for Leon's segment, uh he still has his suitcase, all the other guns I mentioned he still has, and you can buy armor for him and you can level up to level 2. I was like, okay, cool, that's level 2 armor and fix it up. But oh, heading to Raccoon City and dealing with the zombies with guns and spears and all that. That's fun. Oh yeah, FYI, little spoilers too. If you have a friend that's afraid of spiders, there is a giant spider boss fight. Yeah, just tell your friends that if they have a fear of spiders. I'm being for real. Tell them that, okay? But besides that, it's not bad. It's a good it's not I'd say it's not greatly balanced. It's a decently done balance of survival and action. I think that was pretty well. I'm curious how they're going to continue that in the future of the franchise. I'm being for real. I'm wanting to see how they do that with RE10 now. But after that, the bonus segment of the game, after you beat the whole entire game, there is kind of a new game plus. You don't you all the fires you collect throughout the whole entire game, you still have, but every gun you got does not continue over. So you got to start over with the same guns, I believe. I haven't tried New Game Plus yet. I'm about to soon, and I want I'll probably make an update video about that. But besides that, after you beat the game, you get a ton of unlockables. There's more guns for Leon to unlock. There's a few items for Jen. There's two costume variants, and there's a ton of artwork and character models you can unlock, and a good chunk of other stuff as well. But now this is something I wanted to say. Right now, for $70 is not bad, but I will recommend it getting on sale if you don't have the money to spend. But it's not a bad game. It's really fun. I enjoy it a lot. I think it is worth people's time when they got the money to when you got the money to spend it. If you don't worry about it. But yeah, besides that, um, I enjoy everything about it. It was a fun game. Like it's actually pretty well done. It didn't crash on me. It didn't throw a massive paywall. There's no season pass or nothing. It run pretty well on my Xbox. And I'm very happy because now these days most Triple H games are just a bumble mess, man. But this one, really well. I gave it props to Capcom. Resident Evil 9 is probably going to be their unique and best, not the greatest, but probably their best work so far. So when you got the time, I think check it out. If you don't, just watch some videos of other people playing it. All right, everybody take it easy.